So, what is power and what is it good for? The book The 48 Laws of Power explains what power is and how to use it properly. By understanding how power works, we can accomplish more in different situations and protect ourselves from outside powers applied to influence us. I'll explain using practical examples of power, such as how to conduct ourselves properly with our boss, how to ask for help in the right way, when should I be satisfied with an animation I've created, and why a sale can actually make the total price higher, as well as many other examples based on the rules of the book. I've adapted the examples in the book to situations in everyday life so that it will be easier to explain and understand the rules. So let's begin. Law 1. Never outshine the master. This law suggests making those who are in a higher position than yours feel much better about themselves than they actually are. This will improve the way they relate to you. To show off your talent will have the opposite effect, as it will make them feel insecure. For example, Danny took a class about website design. At work, he tries to show his boss how to work while applying the techniques he's studied. Danny's boss is 50 years old and has been working in the field for 15 years. The only thing Danny is going to accomplish by trying to teach his boss how to work is getting fired. Danny has to make his boss feel that he's learning a lot from his experience, not that his boss needs to take lessons from him. If Danny asks his boss for advice, he'll make his boss feel superior. Law 2. Never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies. Don't count on your friends, because they'll betray you to a much greater extent than your enemies. Working with enemies, however, will make them work harder in order to prove themselves. For example, the chances of a business failing are much higher if it's been set up by friends. Friends can betray each other for many reasons, but mainly because friends don't scrutinize each other the way they would scrutinize their enemies. Law 3. Conceal your intentions. In order to easily obtain what you want, you have to conceal your true intentions. For example, when a politician says that he's passionate about providing free undergraduate studies for all students, limiting taxes to $100 for the middle class, it's not going to happen. The politician is hiding his real motivation for running for office, a high salary and prestige. Law 4. Always say less than necessary. When trying to impress someone, the more you talk, the more ordinary you seem. Powerful people say less and appear more impressive. For example, Alex is going for an interview at an advertising agency. The interview goes well, and the interviewer invites Alex to an orientation session so he can start work. Instead of thanking the interviewer and leaving, Alex talks for another 10 minutes about how well he knows the job description. In the end, Alex isn't given the job. Man, that sucks. Law 8. Make other people come to you. Use bait if necessary. When you make others do things, you're in control. That control enables you to profit from the situation. For example, when the owner of a pizza place offers a coupon for free delivery on orders over $30, he motivates customers to make a larger order. If one pizza costs $16, then the customers will probably order a second pizza, or add toppings that they wouldn't have ordered otherwise. The offer of a free delivery, which should represent an opportunity to save, actually makes the average customer spend more. Law 10. Infection. Avoid the unhappy and unlucky. Problems are like an infectious disease. You can get sick because of other people's problems. The unlucky draw their misfortunes upon themselves and upon those who surround them. Therefore, it's better to keep company with people who are happy and lucky. For example, I like to be around positive people who motivate me and help me grow. When I meet negative people, I avoid them in every way possible. I once heard a saying that goes, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." I think it's very true. Law 13. When asking for help, appeal to people's self-interest, never to their mercy or gratitude. People ask for help from those who are more powerful than they are. If we beg for what we need from someone more powerful, he'll evade us. In order to get what we want, we have to offer the other side something in exchange, something that he needs. For example, not long ago, I saw an ad put up by a dietitian who wants to recruit clients. It read, "Call me to set up an appointment for nutrition advice." If he had added a picture of someone who lost weight by following his advice, he would have gotten many more calls. Putting up a picture of someone who lost weight would have shown potential clients that they would get what they're looking for: weight loss. Law 16. Use absence to increase respect and honor. After establishing your standing in a group, leave it in order to reduce your availability. Reducing your availability enables you to increase your value to the group. Here's an example from the dating world. When someone is available at all hours of the day every day, potential partners are less interested. People are more interested in obtaining what it appears they can't have. Law 19. Know who you're dealing with. Do not offend the wrong person. Don't insult anyone, because no two people are the same. Some people will hold a grudge for years. For example, not long ago, I accidentally swerved while driving. The driver I cut off honked at me and then pulled up beside me at the light. He was angry and started yelling. Instead of ignoring them, I rolled down my window and said, "My mistake," while gesturing sorry with my hands. The other driver calmed down and even told me to have a good day. Law 20. Don't commit to anyone. Don't commit to anyone else but yourself. That way, each side involved tries to convince you to support them. The moment you choose sides, you're weaker, because no one will be trying to persuade you to give them your support anymore. An example from the job market. An employer will be more interested in a candidate who takes the time to consider an offer than a candidate who immediately agrees to all the terms of the offer. Law 23. Concentrate your forces. Concentrate on one thing you want at a time, instead of trying to focus on many different things which are difficult to achieve together. This is also the reason that professionals decide to specialize in one area. Law 27. Play on people's need to believe to create a cult-like following. People have an intense desire to believe in something. Give them something to believe in. The giving should be mysterious and entail great promise. For example, on Amazon you can find many books that promise to show you how to achieve certain goals, effortless weight loss, or how to work only 4 hours a week. The authors will claim that the bulk of their success isn't from the book they're trying to sell, but the truth is different. Law 30. Make your accomplishments seem effortless. Give others the feeling that everything comes easily to you. Don't let them know how hard you work or the tricks you use to achieve your goals. For example, models like us to think that they are naturally thin and beautiful, and they don't need to exercise or watch what they eat. In reality, models make sure to eat healthy and exercise, much more than most of us do. Models also have an entire staff whose only purpose is to make them look good, and even after they take a good picture, it's edited. Law 36. Disdain things you cannot have. Ignoring them is the best revenge. The more attention you give your enemy, the stronger he becomes. It's better to keep your distance. That way, he'll get weaker and his influence over you will lessen. For example, the wall in my bathroom is missing one tile. If I focus all my attention on that one missing tile, what I don't have, I won't enjoy the rest of what I do have. We all have missing tiles in our life. Law 40. Despise the free lunch. Things that are given for free are dangerous. There's always a hidden commitment or an ulterior motive. For example, before students register for classes, free guidance is offered by an academic advisor on the part of the college. The advisor helps the students decide what to study and convinces them of the advantages of one track over the other. The truth is, the advisor is just a salesperson trying to get the student to buy his product, several years of commitment to the college. When trying to decide what career to pursue, you probably shouldn't rely on the advice of a salesman with a vested interest. Law 45. Preach the need for change, but never reform too much at once. Everyone wants change, but a large change is hard to accomplish. Therefore, changes should be made in small steps. For example, someone who weighs 280 pounds and wants to lose weight shouldn't sign up for rigorous training and a rigid diet. He should make small but effective changes. Such changes can include avoiding one specific kind of junk food and replacing it with something healthy. A small change that's relatively easy to make will be easier to stick to. Law 46. Never appear too perfect. It's dangerous to appear better than others. Sometimes you have to show your fault in order to not appear too perfect. This makes you seem human, not so different than anybody else. For example, a very successful business person should talk about the failures he suffered when just starting out, such as how when he set up his first business at the age of 16, he was cheated by a customer and had to ask his parents for help. Law 47. Do not go past the mark you aimed for. In victory, learn when to stop. Sometimes we can become heady with victory and appear arrogant or overconfident to others. This can cause more harm than good. For example, for me, an animation video can either be perfect or good enough. If I produce a perfect animation, it will take me 10 times longer and cost me 10 times more than an animation that's good enough. Both animations will give more or less the same effect, the same number of views and the same profit, meaning if I insist on making a perfect animation, I'll lose out. To make sure you don't miss any of our videos, subscribe to our mailing list.